Bortle here at YESSSS Lubbock. Whoa! Please introduce yourself to the world, man.
All right, so I'm Jefferson DuLaney. I got top 8 at the Lubbock YESSSS. Just kidding, Lubbock Regional. I kind of squeaked in.
What's that, bro?
Apparently one of the only Despias in this meta.
The only Despia.
The only one.
Yeah, so many people are well prepared against your deck, man. What was your only loss to?
Well, actually, my losses were to Sword Soul, which was all of Top Cut, right? Most of the time it was either to Bricks or they just opened up insane. Like, you know, there's certain times you just can't play no matter how cracked your hand is.
That's true. Any shout-outs before we get
Shout-outs to the 505. You know, we've got a small community. Shout-out to Dennis. I know he's in Hartford right now, hopefully topping. Shout-outs to just everyone that helps me play test. Brandon Berry, Jesus. Yeah, and that should do it for the shout-outs.
Sweet. Without further ado, please show us the goo.
Alrighty. So you've got the 3 Aluber, 3 Fallen. I'm still very torn on this card. Like, it's supposed to help play through hand traps and stuff like that, but there's so many times today where I open up this with no fusion or anything and it just bricks your hand, but I guess 3 is just okay. I don't know, still kind of don't like that. I got my 3 Edgem chain, it's 3 chain. I'm only playing 2 Tragedy. It just contributes to bricks a lot, and that's kind of what I wanted to avoid, is just bricking, because like I said, the only time I lose should lose, not lose, is just to bricks, right? And then I've got the rest of the Despian package, which would just be those Dramaturge and Adlib. I think these are pretty standard now. This card just helps OTK. Then you've got the Mentions Fallen of Albaz package. All of this, I know a lot of people cut Kit. I think this card's insane. It helps in the grind game. There was a lot of times where I had to put back my second branded in red, and it just wins games, in all honesty. I set up boards where I end on double Masquerade with Banishment and branded in red, so it's like you can't play.
So no regrets.
No regrets. The snow, it's snow. That's probably the best thing to say. And then I only play 2 hand traps. Yeah, Ash and DD Crow. My assumption is these are the most common hand traps this format, and I feel like I wasn't wrong. I think the only thing I technically missed was Imperm. Then to the spells, we got the 3 branded Fusion, 2 branded in red, the 1 Lost, 1 Theater, and then the 3 Opening. Ratio's pretty standard. A lot of people are cutting this. This card just keeps you in the grind game. Debated on 3 of this. Once again, I'm trying to avoid bricks.
A lot of people are prepared with DD Crow for that card.
Yeah, the 3 Super Poly. This card's insane in the mirror match, which I played a lot of today. And it's supposed to be good against Sword Soul. I always sided it out. It's probably incorrect, but it worked out. 3 Allure, it's Allure. 3 Crossouts.
Oh,
that's the reason for the 2 hand traps.
That explains it.
The 2 Poly, and this is a little weird. It's 2 Patchwork. A lot of people are playing 3, but if you ever discard Edgem Chain with any card effect, you're never going to resolve 3 of this card because you only play 3 Edgem Chain. And this also will help contribute to bricks very, very often. So playing 2 honestly was perfectly fine. Anytime you wanted it, you saw it because you have chain. And anytime you didn't want it, guess what? It wasn't there and it didn't contribute to bricks. Once again, that's what I'm trying to avoid. I've got my 1 Gold Sark, helps with consistency. Probably should play Foolish too, but deck's already a lot as it is. The Called By helps against hand traps, and then the Banishment in the main. Just going first, going second, it's overall really well. Like I said, you set up boards that are almost unbreakable.
Okay. Yo, what's the coolest thing you crossed out, man?
Crossed out, let's see. To win games, I crossed out Banishment, Banishment and Branded in Red were probably the 2 best. Because like they tried to stop me from OTKing and I just had Crossout chilling there. I was like, okay, chain Crossout, and they don't have a body then and I win. So
made that count.
45. I took inspiration from someone that topped national somewhere, and I disagreed with some of their choices, so I changed that up and stuff, and I bumped up the count because they weren't playing Kit and stuff like that. And like I said, Kit's just broken. It's searchable. It's another Aluber consistency cards.
Yeah, what's up? That's what's up.
I got my waifu.
Oh my goodness.
Tri Brigades for the win. Unfortunately, not here. my beautiful tokens. I need a blue. Someone help me. And then I've got the one of, these are the 2 super poly targets. This never came up. My buddy said I should play it because Rogue, but I don't know what Rogue is because all I played was meta. There you go. And then I've got the Fallen of Albaz guys, which are all of these. Yeah, pretty standard. This guy's, he's just good. I made this guy to OTK randomly against Sword Soul. They're like, I'm gonna blow up your field, and I was like, okay, I'll just summon this and it's game. And 37 plus 3K plus snow is just game. Yep, so that was that. And I got the generic good stuff, the Despia monsters, 2 Masquerade, 1 Quertus. I summoned this way too much. It's supposed to be something that keeps you in the game. Well, unfortunately, I did kind of brick. So I was summoning this a lot, and then Masquerade's Masquerade. I'm just gonna burn to make my job easier.
You said you had 2 of those out at once?
Oh yeah, actually very common. You open up like a Luber with Branded Fusion, you can end on double Masquerade, Mirror Jade, Banishment, and Branded in red. As long as you have like a discard or a card to put back. Works pretty well, and it's most of the time auto win, especially against Sword Soul and stuff like that. Against Mirror Match, it's not as good because, well, Super Poly is a card. And then the best friend of the deck, Guardian Chimera, just makes your life a lot easier, I guess. Alrighty, and then side's a little off for the cross out. So I got the twin for back row. I don't like back row decks. 3 droplet. Honestly, I really didn't side this card. It's just there for insurance against rogue decks or some decks that I'm not necessarily confident against. Didn't side it at all today, really, because, well, I felt pretty confident going up against only meta. The 2 draw, 2 barrier, 2 tactics, and 2 collectors. So it looks really weird. And I'm playing 45, so it doesn't necessarily work as well as it should. But with crossout and stuff like that, you'd side in one of these, side in one of these, right? You're siding in one of these. You want to go second, so this is an easy 4 cards, right? Against Sword Soul, it's an easy 6 cards, and you always find the easy 6 cards. I'm always finding myself struggling whenever I'm siding against Sword Soul, against decks that I'm not, like I said, not necessarily confident against, trying to find that extra card. So playing multiple cards that just do a lot of random things, right? And they're always good against all different matchups. And so I wanted to have a wide variety because it's YESSSS Lubbock.
Yeah.
Never used to playing only meta, but it happens. So it still worked out great. Like I said, blind game 2s and stuff like that. Yeah. I just had my opponent go first a lot of the time because crossout's going to beat you, Droll's going to beat you, Talents is going to beat you, and you side out all your good traps against me. So my engine's just going to beat you, and if I have just the little extra push, guess what? It should just be OTK, and I OTK 99% of the time. Once again, people would have been saying. And then Red Reboot. Trap cards suck, especially when your entire deck is spells. So I just wanted to see this. It came up only in bricks because I sided wrong sometimes. But yep, that was it.
Well, hey man, congrats on being the only Despia deck that topped this YESSSS Lubbock regional event. All right. Well, until next time, man. Bortle out.